This video in the back, it's one of my own commentary videos. If go watch it if you want, in the description. Dude, this gives me so much anxiety. Why does everything cost so much money? I need someone to explain this to me, because I swear to God, I don't know when this happened, but apparently everything costs $20 or more now. Everything. You walk into a restaurant, you're spending at least 20 bucks, definitely more than that. You order something online, $20. You need something from the store, somehow $20. I don't even know what happened. I used to have money, and to be fair, I haven't been in a situation in my life where I spend that much money ever. And I know like maybe being a kid probably plays a part into it, right? When I had $20 as a kid, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much money. I have so much. But like even in the economy we lived in, it actually meant a little bit of something, right? Now, I'm not saying it means you're rich or anything, but I'm saying like $20 could get you a lot further. McChicken was like $1 a piece. You get 20 of those. Nowadays, you can only get a handful, a few. I could leave the house with $20 and come back with several things. And now I leave the house with $20 and I come back with one thing and a receipt. And that's it. I barely even have physical objects. The money is just gone. Nowadays, you walk into a place with a $20 bill and it's more like a coupon. That'll be $27.84. What? I brought $20. That's the entire amount of money I brought to the store. What are we supposed to do? Like start mining for gold in the parking lot? Everything's like 50 freaking dollars? Maybe I'm exaggerating. I don't know. This is bad though, right? Everything has gotten so expensive that I've developed a new financial strategy. Don't even try. Don't even go out and buy things. Only buy things when you absolutely need to. Forget having fun. And God forbid you do have to buy things. Don't even look at the screen. Just do it. Just don't even look at the screen. You don't even want to know. I don't want to know that if I go somewhere one day, get like a burger, a fries, and a drink, it's 31 bucks. I went to Five Guys recently. I'm pretty sure the total came out to like 26 or 27 or $28. I would rather live in ignorance. I want to believe I paid $10, $14 something. The worst part is a lot of places you go to, the food doesn't even look like the price tag at all. You open the bag, there's like 3 fries inside of it, your order's wrong, and stuff is shrinkflated so much, it's just smaller than it used to be, and it's for like triple the price. I swear the burger patties, I went to IHOP a while back, and I bought one of the steaks that they had. I was just curious how an IHOP steak was. Wasn't that good, by the way. Big shocker. And it was that thin. It was like a thin little slice of meat. And I think I ended up paying $18.95 for that thing. And then the drink was $4. Don't even get me started on these drinks that only cost companies maybe 10, 20 cents to make. I don't even know how much. I know it doesn't cost that much, though. And you're paying like $3.95, $3.50 for a drink at a restaurant. I don't know if there was ever a time where drinks just came with what you ordered. Maybe there wasn't, but they're still way more expensive than they should be, right? $4? Seriously? You could go to the store and get a 6-pack of expensive soda for $6. And that's like pricier soda. If you get the off-brand stuff, you can get a way better deal. Which is actually what I've started doing because of all this inflation. But when you go to restaurants and you spend $30 on this entree, brother, I could have gone to the grocery store. Although, don't get me wrong, grocery prices have gone up too. But instead you have a burger that looks like it was assembled during a power outage. And then you go to these places and get something that has different sizes. Would you like to make that a large? For what am I making it a large for? I'm already paying so much money for the smaller prices. You don't need any more than what you're getting. And the thing is, the thing that they upsize it for an extra dollar and they give you a good bit more and it costs them nothing the whole time. Here's the thing about inflation that just really bothers me. It messes with me. It's not even things got a little more expensive. It's kind of creeping up. It's that things have just gotten so much. If you look at graphs of how much salaries have increased and how much the housing market has increased with people's salaries, the housing market goes all the way up and the salaries does a slow little climb. Also corporate profits, don't get me started on that. Companies are making so much more money while the salaries they're creeping up just a little bit. The salaries are just going up because they have to, or else everyone's going to quit at some point. But the profits are going up, and that's the real issue. It's the infinite growth that these companies want. These companies can never just be happy with what they get, right? They have to squeeze everything out of anything. That's how one of my friends put it once. For example, if I spend $80 one year to make $200, or no, scratch that actually. If I spend $100 every year to make $200, that's pretty good. I'm making double the profit, right? But then the next year, oh, that's not good enough. The next year, it has to be infinite growth, right? So maybe I only want to spend $80 and still make $200 out of it. Or maybe the other way around. I want to spend $100, but now I want to make $220 out of it. I have to get growth somewhere, right? Or best case scenario, I spend $80 and get $220 as well. How do I do that? I pay the people that need the money less. I up the prices on pretty much everyone buying it. And I lower the cost. I either reduce the quality, reduce the amount that I'm giving, whatever. The point is, it can never be good enough just how it is, right? They can never be successful, make a bunch of money, and just be done with it, right? It always has to keep going up. It always has to keep rising. It always has to keep increasing. It always has to be more and more growth every year. If there's not more growth every year, there's something wrong, and you're doing everything wrong. Nowadays, I'll see something for $8, $10, and I'll be like, wow, what a deal. $10? That's a deal now? I'll look at, maybe I'll get an entree at some restaurant, fast food restaurant, and it'll be just under $10, $9.50, and I'll be like, wow, that's actually not that bad. I'm like, wait, I'm going to a fast food restaurant that's known for being cheap, inexpensive, and just very convenient, and I'm happy that I'm spending just a little under $10? That's a lot of money for what they're saying it is, right? Little Caesars is the GOAT, by the way. Little Caesars has been pretty consistent. Their prices are still under $10 for a lot of their pizzas. Shout out to Little Caesars, man. Undisputed king. So you guys, I used to work at a Cold Stone, so I saw this all the time, because Cold Stone is a terrible offender of this. They sell little 5-ounce cups of ice cream for like $5.99, $6.99, depends on the store and the area you live in. And then they ask for a tip on top of it. Yes, I was making tips at Cold Stone. It was pretty much the only way I could get paid there. Because you want to know what they were paying? What the actual employer was paying me? Minimum wage in my state is $7.25. Simply $7.25 an hour was not going to be good enough. So I had to take the tips from people. But it sucked. I never encouraged it. If someone, I remember there being a handful of times I would say, like, you don't have to worry about tipping. Like, don't even bother, man. It's basically just increasing the pricing and then putting the employment costs on the customer. So now the customer is pretty much fueling my paycheck, right? Not only that, the customer gets to judge how good of a job I did. So if the customer judges me to be bad, I get paid less. And plus, my employer is making probably roughly $1 million a year off of our store, based off the numbers I saw at least. Instead of paying me a good wage based off of that, they pay me minimum wage and say you can get the rest from tips from our customers. Our customers can pay your paycheck. So it's not just an issue with, oh, there's more people in the world, it's getting harder to get things for people. It's just people being greedy. People up there owning all these businesses, all these companies, they're trying to make as much money as they can and squeeze everything out of anything, give less to their workers, put more of the cost on the customer, so then the customers have less too. The workers have less, everyone has less money except for the ones at the very top. And I think that's why everything's so expensive. You go to the grocery store, groceries used to be one of the most boring activities imaginable. You walk in, grab your stuff, pay and leave, and now it's a financial boss fight. You walk into the store with a list, milk, eggs, bread, chicken, maybe some snacks. You're thinking, all right, I'll spend under X amount. You walk out, maybe you want to spend $50 and you're like, oh, I should be able to stay within that budget at a grocery store for a few basic things. And then it's $120. What did I buy? I don't even remember. I look at the bags and I've got 8 things. So how did 8 things cost $127? Did the cashier sneak a little PlayStation into the bag or something? Where is the money going? And it's bad when you start putting things back too. You're standing in the aisle having a moral crisis. Do I really need this? No, put it back. Do I really need this? Probably. I'll still put it back. Then you go to the cereal aisle. Somehow boxes of cereal can be $7 now. $7 for cereal. And it's not even good cereal. This is not low quality little cardboard with this tiny little mascot on the front. For $7, that cereal better come out of the box and cook my breakfast for me. I want that little cartoon character in the box to be standing over the stove at 7 a.m. cooking for me. Good morning, sir. Your eggs are ready. Thank you. That's value. But no. I get 14 ounces of sugar in a box that's half air. And the insane thing is, in this world, what choice do we have, right? You just start accepting these prices. That's how inflation gets you. At first you're shocked, then you're annoyed, then you complain, then eventually you're standing in the store going, $6.99 for some ketchup. That's probably normal. It's not too bad given what I've seen recently. It's not normal. We have been conditioned. We've been desensitized. Ketchup should not be a luxury good. I should not have to compare ketchup to prices. I'm shopping for a used car. This one's $4.79, but this one has better resale value. And restaurants have been discovered doing something pretty evil, and I've looked into it, and there's actually real psychology behind it. And it's that they don't want you to notice that something costs $18, right? So they don't put a dollar sign right by it. They just put 18 or 17, whatever. They just put the number. There's no dollar sign. That's it. No dollar sign, no decimal, just 18 or 17 or whatever. And then your brain goes, 17. No, that's $17 for some grilled chicken, by the way, that costs $2.19 a pound in my area. And then you order it. Somehow the final bill is $46 because now you got tax, you have tip, you have service fee, convenience fee, kitchen fee, online ordering fee, everything fee. We put your food in the bag fee. We breathe fee. We give you air to breathe while you're in the restaurant fee. And then don't get me started on self-serve frozen yogurt places. There's like a tip screen asking 18%, 20%, 25%. Literally, with these self-serve frozen yogurt places, you go in, you make the thing yourself, put the toppings on there, and then you go up to pay for it. You put it on a scale for the worker. The worker says, this is your total, flips the screen over, and you're tipping them. What am I tipping you for? Literally, what have you done? All they did was instruct me to place something on a scale and flip a screen over to ring me up. I'm paying you for letting me pay for the thing that I want? I'm paying you, right? And again, I worked at a Cold Stone. It was kind of the same thing there. It's a little better because we at least had to make people's orders still and actually do the work. It wasn't a self-serve kind of thing, and then we just asked them to tip at the end. But to be fair, the Cold Stone that I worked at should not have been asking for people to tip either. I was really stupid too, so I'm not defending that by any means. I'm just saying at least it made a little more sense. But at the frozen yogurt places, literally, what are you tipping for? There's literally no service involved. Tipping for what? And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody working in service. I understand people need to make money, but when the screen starts asking me for a 25% tip on the $8 yogurt cup that I ordered from an iPad or that I got myself, I'm starting to feel like I'm being held hostage. I'm being guilt-tripped. The employee is standing there. I'm standing there thinking, if I press 18%, everyone's going to hate me. So then I got to press 25%. Then you hit no tip. Suddenly everything feels disappointing. No tip? Yes. I already paid you $8 for a yogurt cup. You know what? I'll just give you the 25%. Not because I wanted to, but because this screen and your employers emotionally manipulated me. And then you get out, and sometimes you realize the stuff isn't that good. Maybe the fruits that you put on weren't even that fresh, didn't really taste that good, whatever. So then you're sitting on your couch or wherever eating this $8 frozen yogurt cup, and you're just like, man, I should have just gone to Food Line and just gotten a quart of ice cream or something. I don't know. Or found some sort of competitor in a grocery store. I don't know. And you know what? I couldn't have made the exact same thing maybe, but I could have made something similar, and it wouldn't have to cost me $8 or $9, or at least not for one little serving of it. Maybe for several. Each serving would have costed, I don't know, $2, $3, probably not even. I don't know, maybe there's more work into making it, but at least I'd still have a bunch of other money saved up over the time. And then we get to the most terrifying part of modern life, the cost of living and rent. Because apparently having a roof over your head now is an exclusive subscription service. Now, I get that people have always paid rent. They've always paid monthly rent, but now it's half your paycheck, probably even more. You want a 2-bedroom? Give me your entire life savings. You want a house? Congratulations. You now owe money until your grandchildren are old enough to start making payments. And everyone just casually talks about this. I pay $1,800 a month. $1,800? What are you renting, the White House? Is the president living in the closet? Does the apartment come with a personal chef? Why is it $1,800? And then somebody says, well, it's a pretty good place. Yeah. I hope so. For $1,800 a month, I would want the walls to be made of gold. Get the toilet to flush itself. I don't know. I want the landlord to show up every morning and tell me I'm amazing. And even after paying all that money, you still have utilities that sometimes aren't even part of the bill. You know, your water, internet, phone, insurance, gas, everything else. And you're sitting there thinking, wait a minute, when do I actually get to enjoy my life? Because it feels like every time money enters an account, it immediately gets assigned somewhere else, right? Your paycheck arrives, and before you can even look at it, 12 different companies are standing outside your house being like, all right, we'll just be taking that from you. And this is where people always say, well, you just need to budget. Okay, yes, it's important, but you can't budget your way out of mathematics. If everything gets more expensive while your income doesn't really keep up at all, eventually there's only so much cutting out things you can do. You can cancel subscriptions, which is a whole nother issue. You can stop eating out. You can stop buying, I don't know, coffee. You could stop going places. You could stop buying any clothes, like any new ones. You could stop having any hobbies. And eventually you're sitting in a dark room with no subscriptions, no coffee, no entertainment, and $14.72 in your bank account going, congratulations, I've defeated inflation. No, you've defeated fun and your whole life. I'm not even asking for everything to be cheap. I understand prices change. I understand sometimes items aren't as available. I understand sometimes things get tough, right? But workers need to get paid still, you know? That's life. I get it. I just want to be able to walk into a store without feeling like I'm about to make the biggest financial decision of my week. I want to buy like a sandwich without opening my banking app afterwards. I want groceries to feel like groceries again. I want a $20 bill to actually feel like money, because right now, a $20 bill, it's like nothing. You have $20, it's like, you can't really get anything with that. $20 is not money, it's just a farewell letter. You know how like the dollars notes? It's a farewell note. You hand it to somebody, it disappears, and then they look at you and say, have a nice day. No, I'm not having a nice day, actually. You just took $20. I had plans for that. I was going to buy my lunch, maybe a drink, maybe a snack. Maybe I'd save the rest, but no. Now I just have a receipt. That's it. A receipt. So, congratulations, inflation. I guess you win. You officially made me excited when something cost $4.99 or whatever. I used to see $4.99 and think, okay, well, that's a little high, but not terrible. Now I see $4.99 and I'm like, oh my god, what a bargain. That is just the steal of the century. We are cooked. Absolutely cooked. So yeah, next time you go grocery shopping, you might want to put like $1,000 in your bank account. I don't know. I wish you luck. I wish me luck too. If you don't hear from me again, tell everyone I fought bravely, right? Screw inflation, bro.